Shifting our focus to the coronavirus numbers from India, on a day, India has recorded the highest single-day surge. The country has also entered Unlock 4.0. After more than 5 months of halt, the metro rail services have resumed today. The services will operate in 2 shifts, from 7 in the morning to 11 a.m. and then 4 in the evening to 8 p.m. The metro rail services were paused on March 22nd.
We have made all arrangements to make the travel absolutely safe, and it is right decision that now the metro services have been introduced. People were people were waiting for the metro to start, because the metro is the lifeline of Delhi today, and without metro people were facing very difficulty in traveling. So it is a right decision.
However, the restarting of metro transportation services will take place in a graded manner. Academic conventions, sports, cultural and religious congregations will also be allowed to organize outdoor activities starting on September 21st. There will also be a limit of 100 persons in these gatherings, where use of protective gear, face masks and social distancing will be made mandatory. The Ministry of Union Housing and Urban Affairs also called a meeting of all the managing directors of metro rail corporations to give out standard operating procedures for the metro services. The average stoppage time at metro stations will be longer, but the metro train will not stop at all the stations. Metro corporations will be issuing contactless ticketing to limit the spread of the virus. Platforms have also been marked for distancing and for safety of passengers. The guidelines that added that there shall be no restrictions on interstate and intrastate travel across the country anymore. Travellers would also not require any separate approval or e-permit from the states to move around the country. And states and union territories have also been directed to impose any local lockdowns outside the containment zones. Now, this can't happen without prior consultation with the central government. Meanwhile, schools and colleges will continue to be closed till the end of this month. States and union territories will also be allowed to make their own assessment to permit up to 50% of teaching and non-teaching staff to go to school to gradually kickstart operations. However, this rule shall be applied only in areas outside of the containment zones. Containment zones, on the other hand, shall be demarcated by the district authorities at the micro level. The health officials will also take into consideration the guidelines of the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, with the objective of limiting the chain of transmission. Strict lockdown measures will also continue to be in place in all containment zones, and only essential activities will be allowed till September 30th. Senior citizens above the age of 65, people suffering from comorbidities, pregnant women and children below the age of 10 years are advised to stay at home except for meeting essential requirements. For more on this, our principal diplomatic correspondent Siddhant Sibbal gets us this ground report. Listen in.
I'm standing at the Rajiv Chowk metro station here in the heart of the city, and this is one of the busiest metro stations in the capital, and you can see on the first day provisions have been made when it comes to the entire sanitizing efforts. Masks needs to be carried, and this is something you will have to do. It's mandatory when you are entering into metro. You need to carry your card. Tokens aren't allowed, so this is mandatory now to carry, and you can see behind me all the measures being taken. It's being continuously sanitize the entire area. There will be more lines which will soon open, but you can see there are social distancing norms. Do not sit here. Help to prevent COVID-19. This is the new normal here in metro. Metro is of course regularly now clean. It's sanitized. There are social distancing norms which you have to follow, and you can see the people sitting here. They are sitting of course with all the social distancing norm. With video journalist Neeraj Patel, Siddhant Sibbal at the Rajiv Chowk metro station in New Delhi.